Hey guys, Chris with Tillman Family Farm. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about our friends over at Starkline Netting and a new product that they've got out, and we're dying to show it to you. And I'm talking to you, all of my horse friends out there. All right, while my wife runs out and rounds up a couple horses, I want to talk to you about what we got going on here. So Starkline Netting has come up with some electric netting for horses. It's 48 inches tall. There's a gap at the bottom so it doesn't go all the way down. It's got some nice poles with it and all this good stuff. They sent us some to try out and kind of review for you guys, so that's what we're doing. When this is over, there is a link in the description down there that will take you to Starkline Netting. If you go through that link, you'll get a 10% discount on anything that you buy through that link. All right, so here's the deal. You've gone camping. You're at a show that is overnight, out of town, something like that. This is going to be something that you can use. It's nice and compact. It's portable. You throw a little charger in the truck with you, take off with it, and this is going to be a fix for you and a lot of the problems that you've had. So you look, you see this right here, that is the netting that I'm talking about. Let's take a closer look. We're gonna let these horses go. I'm gonna show you what 164 feet of it looks like set up and how you can use it with your horse trailer, or even use it around the farm to cordon off little places like that to let the horses graze. All right, so first things first. So we got this thing all set up. I'm gonna turn this camera around and I'm gonna show you the area it's in, show you these two horses in here, and then I'm gonna show you the basics and the fastest way to get a charger on this netting that you don't have to drag around a bunch of stuff with you. You just grab a charger and a great big old piece of metal, hook all this stuff up and let it rock and roll. All right, so just like any other Starkline netting, it has these clips on it, not this clip. It has that clip on the end. So this comes from our charger, and then it has a ground for the charger. So Starkline is definitely not going to tell you that this is the right way to do this, and I'm not either, but we have found that this works for us, okay? So we take a piece of rebar or a big chunk of metal or something like that, and for very, very, very temporary situations, we can hook up a charger just like this. So this is the Starkline S1400. We did a video on this a while back if you want to go back up and go see that. But that's all we do. So we get this thing set up just like this, and the netting all stretched out, and then there's two horses in it. So let me back up and show you how we've got this set up with the horse trailer. So this is I'm gonna say this is a 25-foot horse trailer. It's a 3-horse slant, and basically you stop a pole there and you stop a pole there and you just stretch this thing out, and this gives a really, really, really nice sized paddock for 2 horses for an overnight deal, for a couple of day deal, whatever you want to do. But it just makes for a really, really nice something to be able to roll this stuff up, tie a little bungee around it, and slap it in the back of the truck or the trailer or whatever, and just carry it with you. And then you see how small the charger is. I mean, it's not gonna be anything to have to put that thing somewhere. So great setup to haul on the road with you. All right, we're in a little bit of a dip right there, but about 48 inches tall is what the netting is supposed to be. And these squares are 24 by, I think 10, I think. No, 24 by 12. So 24 by 12 is what the squares are, and the netting is 48 inches tall. All right, so let's talk about the construction of the netting, okay? So you got a poly wire here at the top that's got some steel braided wires in it, and then your posts are gonna be fiberglass. They're gonna be 2 spikes at the bottom with a little foot peg to push them in. Then the uprights, these uprights, let me turn this around a little bit so you can see these uprights. So these uprights are hard plastic, okay? And what these are good for is to help this stand up and it won't sag and things like that. So at every section they're put together, they have these nice little stamped plastic pieces that stamp over the poly wire. Poly wire solid runs straight through them, and then these uprights run all the way up and down. So I've gotten a lot of questions in the past about this little piece at the end, and then why do we have these wires like this? So to kind of give you an idea of what happens, so all of these that run this way in the netting, they all come back to a final pole, okay? And then there's slack that wraps up and down the pole, which is this right here, and then they all twist together. And then right here at the end, this little piece clamps on. And then if you're closing this netting together, you can take these pieces and they'll slide together, and then you can clip on your alligator clip from your charger. That's the best place to do it, right there. But you can do it at any one of these because they're all twisted together here. But this is the best way for all of these wires to connect and get continuity to each other, is to have them all twisted together out here on the end and have these pieces to where they're all pinched together and they make contact with each other. So that's what this end piece is all about. So this really does put a lot of room in here for these horses. I mean, if the grass is good, they're gonna be content. Nice and tall, it's sturdy. Took about 10 minutes maybe to walk around and stand all this stuff in. Of course, that's going to depend on how hard or soft the ground is, but I mean, you know, we got a visitor. Maybe not. Anyhow, like I say, quick setup, slight, doesn't take up a lot of room. I think that you guys would enjoy this if you were able to get your hands on it and try it out. So we have a lot of experience with Starkline netting, and we've got a history of use with them. This stuff is constructed exactly the same way as all the other products that we use for them. We can attest for those products, okay? We've actually used some of those products on horses before, and they work just fine. With this being really made for them, I would expect that this is going to do a much better job. Even if you had to use it as a long-term situation, you can use this to rotate them. Man, if you had two sections of this, you could put up a huge paddock out somewhere and you could just rotate them right on through to wherever you want them to be. So I think this is a great temporary fix for you and taking your horses places. I also think that it is a great way to save some money and be able to take this down and use it wherever you want to without having to put up permanent fences somewhere. So a lot of you guys that run out of graze in your pastures and whatnot, but you got a big yard area maybe that hasn't been fenced off, this is a great option for that as well. So like I say, we'll use this a lot. We'll be able to come back and do some long-term reviews on this stuff. But until then, go check it out. Like I said, there's a link in the description down below, and you'll be able to see all the different products that Starkline offers, and maybe you'll find something that fits your need and it'll be able to help you out in the long run. So just as an example, this is it taken down, and I mean, here's my foot for reference there, but anyhow, that's it taken down. I'm fixing to roll it up, and I'm going to tie this fancy piece of string back around it like they sent it with, and that'll kind of show you exactly how small it is and how easy it would be to transport around. And there she is, all rolled up with a couple of extra blades of pine straw and all. That one little string just tied around the middle. Pick it right up and lean it up in the tack closet. So that's about as real life as you're gonna get it right there. It's got these little pieces hanging in it like hair in a hairbrush, but that's about what you're gonna get when you put it back up. So, and that's just me. I didn't take any kind of time or effort or anything like that. I just rolled that jugger up, tied a string around it, put it up. Guys, we appreciate you watching. If you haven't done so, please go down and like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you'll see all the videos that we put out. And we will see you on the next video.